Greetings and hello. It has been quite a long time since I made a video. It is May 21st, and I am going to update you guys on what's been going on since March. So January, February this year, I kind of got into the languages, and I was doing Duolingo and learning 5 different languages, having a good time with it. Work was kind of bad in December, but then January and February, I just kind of like started chilling out more at work. I mean, every time I tried to do anything to get stuff done, I would get in trouble because my old boss quit and left this dumbass in charge who didn't want me to be his assistant supervisor. So I told my boss when he left, like, he's going to fire me as soon as he can. He's going to let me hang out for a couple of months, and he's going to look for a reason. And that's exactly what he did. And, like, it was so stupid. He got this guy who's like a regional manager to come down and fire me for talking to these girls on Facebook. Like, in December. They fired me in March. And it wasn't even anything sexual or bad. He said I harassed him. But I was just, like, saying hi, or, like, this girl, I had to train her for like a week, and we started talking about her favorite TV show, which is about a stalker. And then I was watching a TV show that had a girl in it that looked like her, so I sent a picture of that girl, and I said, "You look like this girl." And that was one of the things they brought up. They had all these printouts and shit they'd done of like Facebook messages, like, "Oh, look at all this stuff. There's all this evidence." And I'm like, it's not evidence of anything, though. It's just a bunch of zeros that don't add up to a 1. And she told me about this bar that's an arcade bar. So I went to that arcade bar, and it happened to be on the night that the Christmas parade was going on. So I was like, I started messaging several people, like, to see if anybody was around to hang out at the Christmas parade. I messaged this other guy from work, and maybe 2 other people from work, and then I messaged her, and I was like, "Hey, I'm out here at this arcade bar you told me about. And I'm dressed like that guy from their favorite TV show." Because their favorite TV show was that show You, Y-O-U. It's about this guy who's like a stalker, but he's bad at it. And he always gets in trouble and has to, like, serial kill people, but he doesn't want to be a serial killer, but he's just really bad at stalking or something. So I had a hoodie on. I was like, I'm wearing a hoodie like that stalker Joe in that show. That was another thing. They printed it out. Like, look at this evidence if you're trying to stalk this girl. I'm like, did you read the text? I'm talking about a TV show. What are you talking about? But they weren't going to take anything, like, no for an answer. They were just going to fire him because that was his mission. He just wanted to get rid of me. And another thing they said was, like, I had this friend on Snapchat that worked there. It was like this girl that had just started like 2 weeks before. And I'm like, I had her on Snapchat 9 months ago. I've never even met her until like she started working here. But, like, they were just out to get me pretty much. And it kind of ruined my reputation, I thought. And I kept applying for all these jobs. And for like a month and a half, I didn't have any success. Got a little bit depressed. Let me think, what else happened during it? Oh, also, I got a bunch of videos from my mushroom hunting on my camera. I just never made them into videos. I just didn't feel like doing it. So maybe I'll eventually do that. I'm trying to think of anything else interesting happened. I watched a lot of TV. Kind of chilled out at the house. I realized that not having a job, like if I ever retire, I don't like it as much as I thought I would. Like, if I had money coming in, it might be a different story, but it's like you feel all the stress, like you're not contributing to society, you feel like you're just not doing anything and just like laying around. And my fucking unemployment insurance like completely failed. They ruled that I was in the wrong, that I had violated company policy, and they had never even given me any like handbook. Like they said, I couldn't talk to people on social media, which everybody else at work does and is still doing to this day. You can go onto their social media right now and you can see they're taking pictures at work, which they're supposed to be doing. Like, another thing was I kept catching them doing shit that they weren't supposed to do, and I guess they thought I was going to get them in trouble. That's another reason they wanted to get rid of me. Anyway, I'm pretty much over it for the most part. Ended up getting another job, and that job was like just a temporary thing to like give me some money to pay the bills until I found the job I actually wanted, which is like I got this dream job I've been waiting to have for like a long time. Friend of a friend, friend's girlfriend's mom, she's like the supervisor there, so I kind of know her. I've been to her house for Thanksgiving and stuff. So she offered me a part-time job last year, but it wasn't more money than I was making, so I kind of stuck around, which I shouldn't have. Ended up like working at this job that's like a really long drive, like a 45-minute drive, and like the gas prices shot up to like $4 or something a gallon, right? So I'm like spending $400 a month on gas with no money coming in because I got to wait like 2 weeks because this is a job where they pay you every 2 weeks and it holds back 2 weeks. So it's like I'm not going to see money for like a month and I'm going to pay for all this gas. And like my bank account just kept draining and draining, and finally got a little bit of money to kind of keep me afloat so they don't have to pay like the fee for having not enough money in your bank account. And then I'm like driving down the road coming home one day, and like I'm in the left lane, like the passing lane or the fast lane or whatever, and somebody's in front of me. They get into the middle lane, and then they start to get back in the left lane again, and then they jerk back to the middle lane. I was like, well, that's fucking weird. What do they do that for? Bam! There's a fucking tire in the road, and I run over a tire, fucked up the bumper on my car, and the shield that's underneath your car. So that's like $300 down the drain. I have to get my car fixed. I'm still waiting on parts to come in for that. This job was pretty chill though. I really liked the job. It just was just so far away. There's like these mockingbirds that laid eggs. I took some pictures of those. They had like some baby birds that hatched. And I don't know. It's kind of, you don't really do anything. It was a fun job. Paid really well. Finally, I got my first check today. It was like over $1,000 for 2 weeks, which is probably not a lot of money for people that live in the city or like New York, or Jersey, or California, or whatever. But so I'm back where I have a little bit of money again, and then I got offered my dream job. Wait, did something else happen before then? Oh yeah. I'm playing fucking Rust. Austin got me into playing Rust again, right? And I'm like, I built this stupid base. I don't know how to build bases in Rust where you can't be raided and stuff. But it's close to the fishing village, and I'm going back and forth taking my trash to like recycle it into scrap metal. And I'm almost back to my base. I've been playing for like 2 days on a brand new server. Alright, 2 or 3 days. Somebody comes along and shoots me, and I look up at their name, and I guess they were trying to dox me because their name was like Papa John's of the place that I live right now. It was like they were trying to dox me. It was that motherfucker that sent me those pizzas. I'm pretty sure. It might have been spam. Our theory is that it's spam. He just won't admit to it. But whoever it was, they had like an SMG, and they were like kitted out with like road sign gear and stuff. Like they were better geared than I was, and I had been playing since the server wipe. So how did they know? They figured out what server I was on. I wasn't streaming it. I wasn't like streaming it in Discord or anything. They weren't on my Steam friends list, so they must have like had a different account that's on my Steam friends list, saw what game or what server I was on, and then got a different Steam account with the picture of the actual Papa John's from my town on their Steam account, and like they went in there and got better gear than me. And they helped me back up. It's like they shot me, knocked my gun out of my hand, they picked me back up, and they threw me like a pistol, and then it just went off into the sunset. They wouldn't answer any questions. They wouldn't say anything. It was weird. And then like they showed up again later and like gave me something and left again. This is like, it's like that Skeletor meme where he says some shit and he's like, until next time, and he just runs off. That's what it was like. So, and so it was like that Pencil Tecutli guy. That's who it was, the Aztec god of Papa John's Pizza, I guess. Just appeared in my Rust game out of nowhere. And then so I got offered the dream job after that, and I started yesterday was my first day training there, and like an hour before I had to go into work, it started hailing like it was going to be a tornado, and like this kind of sized hail was coming down on my trashed car and my truck that I have to be driving now. So I thought I was going to have to replace windshields and shit. What else? So then, I've had some pretty fierce diarrhea lately too. I don't know what's going on. I've had like this diverticulitis, and I went to work yesterday, and like I had to shit really bad like, right before I got to work. I was like, I don't want to go in there and have crazy diarrhea on my first day. So I looked over and there's like this porta potty, this business 2 businesses down. So like I just whipped it in there, just dumped diarrhea into a porta john, and went on into work. It was hilarious. So I'll be doing that job. I can't even talk about that job. That's one of the rules of the job is that you don't talk about it. But can't wait to like start getting checks from that place. I don't have to drive anywhere anymore. Back to like getting everything back to normal, I guess. I'll be able to start affording things. I can actually buy a phone that I can pilot my drone with, hopefully, and start cleaning up the house and making improvements. And so I'm chilling out, and I was playing Path of Exile just now, and I did my first Eater of Worlds boss, like a tier 9 or 10 or something, tier 9. And I got to the boss, and I had all these debuffs, and I died on it. I'm like, gosh, shit, I gotta go back and kill this boss. And as soon as I died, the lightning from this storm that's going on ran into my router. I guess it blew a capacitor because it popped. It sounded like a firecracker went off in the house. So that was freaking me out. It's like a lot of weird shit's happening. Like it's just been weird. It's been a weird few months. So my lawnmower messed up, and I had to get a new battery for the lawnmower. I don't know. It's been crazy. That's pretty much what's been going on. Probably some more stuff that I've forgotten about, but for now, that's it. I'll just wrap it up in 12 minutes. When the internet, I have to go to Walmart now and get a new router so I can even upload this video. So I guess I'll upload it maybe tonight. I don't know.